I'm very convinced that awakening is a real thing.
Okay.
And yet the more I learn about it, the less sure I am what the hell it is.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering what is the most kind of, not for like a dictionary definition, but actually the most skillful way we as practitioners can think about it in our daily lives. Is it this future thing that we're working towards? Is it something that's already here? Is it a process? What's your take?
Okay. Should I repeat it for Zoom?
Yes, please.
Okay. Our dear friend asked a great question. Great t-shirt. Asked a great question, and I'm going to paraphrase. And I love what you put at the front. You are simultaneously convinced that awakening is a real thing, and yet the further you pursue your practice and study, the less sure you are of how to conceptualize it or frame it, what the heck it actually is. Specifically what I heard was, is it something in the future that will happen or not? Is it something that already has happened? What is a good dictionary definition for it? Is what, okay.
Or rather than definition, more like a working...
A working definition.
Yeah.
Okay. Great question. This is one of the reasons why I love hearing from a lot of different teachers, especially I love going back to the suttas and then seeing if I can draw a line to later teachers. So probably my most favorite definition of awakening from the old man is from the Mulayasivaka Sutta, where a practitioner from a different tradition asks the Buddha, what do you mean when you say that Nibbana, in fact they use the verb form of Nibbana, Nibbhuti. It's a shame that we don't hear that word or use that word. It's a great word, and it turns Nibbana into an active thing, a verb, which is always better than a noun, especially if you live in a universe where there are no actual things, there's just processes. So the question from Mulayasivaka is, what do you mean when you say that Nibbhuti, awakening, is sanditiko, it's readily apparent? And the Buddha says, oh, do you know when you're angry? Do you know when you are angry? Do you know when you are clinging? Do you know when you are greedy, when you are sad, when you're fearful? Do you know when you're confused? Do you know when you're not these things? It's like that. And that was his answer. So one of the oldest definitions we have is the absence of aversive states of clinging. And clinging, of course, being interchangeable with clinging and aversion. But, yeah. So, and then just drawing a line between that and all these later teachers with their different definitions. So for me, my working definition for the difference between, and sometimes it's easier to even define the thing it's not. So my working definition for samsara, and you could use that interchangeably with dukkha, is when you're not having as much fun as you could be, chances are I'm doing something. When I'm not open, available, hospitable, light, loose, something's happening. And chances are I'm doing something. So Nibbana, or awakening, could just be that, and that's the line between waking up to how something already is, how you already are. You know from your studies in the Zen tradition, your original face, that kind of talk. That's the line between that and Nibbana is something to attain. So, waking up from a dream to reality just is how it is. But you weren't participating in that at one point, and now you are. So the question could be asked, did something change? Or was it always like that? And the only question always is, how am I relating to it? The world of samsara and the world of nibbana is the same world. It's just when I'm doing something, when I'm making it weird, then I'm in the world of samsara. And when I'm not, when I'm open and light and available and free. And everybody who practices has these small insights, these small breakthroughs. And, breakthroughs of various sizes. And all of them point to that same reality that's always already present. So the question seems to be noticing when I'm out of whack with the universe that I am and when I'm not. Thank you. Great question. Just go hard right out the gate. Thank you, and thank you for bringing something that's alive for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.